Good morning, everybody. Actually, good evening. Welcome back to another video of this very legendary game. Well, not necessarily legendary, but a lot has changed since last I played it. I would normally play this game offline, like not offline, but like when I'm not recording, because it requires a lot of grinding. And I have recorded a recent series, which should come up in the next couple days, where I do all the bosses on every floor. And that took me about 3 hours. However, today we're gonna go on floor 7 and farm, because the gear that we have now, the level we have now especially, is not going to cut it. We're gonna go for some better swords like the divine. I don't know what's the best sword in the game. He's farming. I think this might be the divine sword of infinity. He's level hiding ish. But yes, we shall go and go into tech stuff. I could be just lagging. No. Yeah, please don't record. I guess we'll play this for a little bit, because I got apple pie in the oven as we speak. I'm back in college. I don't really have to study until, not necessarily, but I don't have to really go back to class until Wednesday. Even then, I don't have that many classes to deal with, so I'm happy. But welcome back to the game. Like, so much has went on while I was gone. Like, I got this on the 10th floor, and if I do upgrade it, I do believe it will be better than the current level I have. And currently, this is actually the best sword I have in my arsenal. It's not as best as most of the swords, but I probably will eventually go to boss, just not now. It takes so long. That's so long, but like, it takes a while to go from here to spawn to the boss room. And I shall be back. Back. I am back. The pie is still baking. But yeah, there's a lot to do in this game now. Not it's a lot. It's just a lot for farming purposes, and people still selling weapons for obnoxious amount of and I guess like drop weight on certain weapons is harder to get than others. Cause like I got the killer cloak as soon as some I think it's called killer cloak. For some reason, after somebody had just got to mention it, they got it right after. So cool. And there's like all my videos, like everybody wants to have like videos to watch. So that's a plus while I'm doing school. I will do other things, and I'm not saying, like after, I guess we go ahead and farm floor 10 drops. That's what we'll do. And what this person is doing is basically auto swing, because if you take your cursor off the screen, like you just take your cursor and you hold it and then take it off the screen, and then it's auto. But this is kind of cheap, so I'm not a big fan of PK players though. But kind of takes the whole fun out of it. Yep, see, he's away. He probably like been up past the game, running up all night, and I ain't got nothing against it, cause you know you do what you do. But on 4-7, you basically, let's see, every mouse it's probably like every 5-10 seconds, and you be on it for 9 hours. Yeah, you would probably be like max level by then. However, we're not going to do that. We are going to go to the harder section of the map and try to get a drop from these guys. Actually, I'm going to look it up in a minute and see if they do drop some, so it won't be wasted for nothing. Of course, they hit harder, so I won't be doing that. I will move the camera straight because it's annoying. I'm going to go and see. Line 2, the wiki, 410 drops. I don't care about. So the drops in 410 are. Wait, hold on. So the drops in 410 are, let's see. 410, the minion drops. Okay, the minion drops 2 swords. Owl Mason, Mercury. So they drops 2 weapons. So we're gonna. That's the go-to. We're gonna farm minions until they drop 2 of these swords. So we can look at the stats for these swords. And what we're going to do is simple. We're going to go from 410 to 1 to get all the drops of each of these mobs, even from the frenzy. And I guess we'll start our own collection, and from there we'll max out each and every weapon. Like each and every, we won't sell them because the drops on some of these weapons, some weapon drops are very uncommon. Like the Oblivion, I don't know why the developer went there and fixed the barrier, so like you could use like camp on the edge of the map and prevent the boss, the mini boss, from gravitating your shield and health, because nobody wanted to help each other. So, oh look, we got one of the swords. And this is a level 88. This does 919. I maxed out 1. So we're looking for the All-Man. So I'm like. And 4-7 might drop like the best veil in the best veil and the best level experience. But when you really just look at it and you just sit here and farm stuff, miles for the drops, you'll get there. And then even if you do get there, I got 2 of these. Oh no, okay, it's just frustrating. Okay. But even if you did go to like 4-7 and so on, you still have to continue to farm until you get to where to get an item crystal to level up the sword you want to level up. Like these blue crystals require, I think it was 10 green crystals, and you need uncommon items for the green crystals, and then it's like 10 blue crystals for 10 green crystals to make a blue crystal, and then 10 blue crystals to make a red crystal, which is the legendary equipment. This sword does a lot more damage, man. But we're not going for like level or veil. We're going for items, and then as I go on through the map, because this is a relatively big map, there's no point in dodging when you still get hit. But we're gonna go through this whole map and get one item each of everything, and then the boss is a little bit more tricky because you need some gear. You need some of the level 9 drops to defeat the boss. And the sword I'm using is a level 9 drop, but it doesn't do 2,000 damage per swing. And the gear I have is not that good either. Like people just stacking shields and steals which I'm gonna participate if it benefits me better than the mask. But until then, just use what I get, I suppose. You can actually kind of bait around this thing, take less damage. Like I said, this kind of like, we're gonna just keep grinding out. Or this basically, you could say this is mining. Just mine out all the mobs until they drop at least all these minions until they drop the owl mace. I don't know what this one drops. It's time to get out of here because I don't necessarily want to reset, because reset is like a slow variation. Oh, they can go here. Oh, there goes him. Yeah, you participate. Now, that's one thing I wish the game was a little more, just different, where a mob shouldn't be able to hit every single player. Like, I understand it's easier, but it shouldn't be able to hit everybody who's attacking it. It should just like either focus one down or level 88. So, sadly enough, this level 82 sword is better than this level 88, and it's maxed out. This level 19. It's gonna be a nice long episode of trying to get the owl mace. Now, I kind of understand that people try to like stick with the show sort of online, which is what this is, so personal online. But at the same time, it's always nice to have like a different variation of the show. It doesn't have to be exactly what the show is. Like you can have the same purpose on what the show is. We don't have to make the characters and the map styles exactly the same. Just make them functioning, more functioning, where you don't have to like, make it so the mechanics don't interfere with the gameplay. So like originally, the bosses, the boss rooms would have like the teleports in them, and people could like either lure the boss onto the teleport, or the teleport was never really a safe haven. Like I remember when I played, when I got to floor 8, I do believe, yeah, floor 8, the flower field one, people were PKing like it's going out of style. And that has a lot to do. Like you should have to be requested by person, not just randomly PK people for whatever reason. Because it kind of gives the hackers the upper hand. Because I remember it in Sword Person Online, the first one. It was a lot of people who put on slate armor. Slate armor was basically like 55 plus defense and 30 plus attack. So if people hit you for like 2-3 times, you already dead by the time. Probably by the time you dodge the first attack. And then two, money is like a big thing about certain games like these. Like, let's see, they got 2 swords. Oh, let's just play. I don't know how he was able to like I give people credit for trying to be like level 1 and make it to like the 10th floor by just being level 1. And it's not necessarily hard. It's just the damage output you do will never be the equivalent of the boss's health and stuff. It takes a long time. And that was another big issue about hacking, is that people would like since hackers had like 3 times the edge over players who weren't hacking, they could have just like spawn camp the monster and everything. It was irritating. If you couldn't farm right by the time it was like 2-3, when the Oblivion was like a 0.5% drop rate, people would just rather hackers would you have like 2-3 hackers on one mini boss, and that would eat the health away before you could even do enough damage to have a say so. So that was like the big issue about level 4. And then floor 9, I don't know, I'm not gonna like criticize, but I don't understand why the developer had to make the mini boss spawn 2 times further than it was. It took me 8 minutes just to get to the mini boss spawn. Originally it was probably like 5 to 3 minutes, but still those were no easy walks. Okay. That was not no easy walk. That was some long walking. You was lagging, you disconnected. It's not gonna be a good time for you. You're just gonna be bored, sitting there trying to avoid. It's not needing to avoid. You just have to. And then if you lost the route, then you have to restart. You can still restart. It didn't make sense. And then adding an extra wall wasn't necessary. Oh my! No, I didn't disconnect. Adding an extra wall to keep you from like luring a boss into a mini boss into a certain area wasn't necessary because the boss did enough damage to break a whole team, even if they were a party. There was no healing in this game. You just have like shield and armor, but because your armor is practically to mini bosses and bosses, you can't really do an effective job. Because I know on Silver's Online, what people used to do, especially hackers, is that they would like put their character's body out of harm's way so you can PK. So like you can still PK on the playground, but it was just you have to find their main body to do it, and then you can PK. Until then, you can just like find a shell that cannot be damaged. You just find like the part that you see but cannot do no damage to. Nope. Does that damage still be considered part of it? No. Yeah, we're gonna keep finding the owl. We're gonna keep finding the minion until we get the owl map, and we'll move on to the next area. Because even though they don't drop like get XP, like we're not farming for XP or Val. We are farming strictly for the drops. Because the developer has I don't know if it's just one developer that does this or all developers that do that, but like when enough people get enough like weapons, they just completely remove them out the game. So like, let's see, there was a weapon. I cannot remember. Yeah, I do believe. No, it's like almost in the game. There have been some banned weapons or some weapons that were completely changed from their traditional counterparts. So, like, let me like give you an example of what I would have liked to see in the game. So. When I was a beta tester, they gave you this sword at level 1, this dagger, ruby edge dagger at level 1. It was rare, it's 10%. And he could have done it like the anime, is it okay to pick up girls in dungeon? Or where basically somewhere in the anime where the sword grows with you, so when you level up, the sword levels up as well. And that'd been cool. Because the sword would be unique, only beta testers could get it. I mean, you could probably trade it if, certain swords shouldn't be traded, they should just be bond to you strictly. But like, yeah, it's just like, sometimes it's just best, like, you know, make the game just unique. You don't have to like give place. Like I thought it was special when I had the Aurora right here. And then I found out somewhere in the burst store is that you can actually buy this same Aurora for, let's see, no, not this one. You can buy this Aurora. It was like for sale too, unless you got rid of it. Colorful weapons Aurora. Oh, okay, it's individual. You used to get a pack of them. But you at one point you could actually buy this rug for like 450 Robux. And it's still rare because nobody has it. Not a lot of people have it. Like only like I think I only see myself and one other person have it. That was it. But the rug doesn't add no perks to your sword. It just makes it look cool. But it's not like the most like it's cool looking, I suppose. So people, I'm like, man, I wouldn't sell it because you can't get it no more. It makes it like 10 times more value. But that's one thing I like about stuff you can't get no more. Because if you like stuff for like decoration on your part, and stuff you like to you can duplicate items, but then it just completely ruins the whole market for you and the whole point of the tool. I originally thought for like 2 episodes of this game until I got to like 4 now. I was like, okay, there's no point because of all the hackers kept preventing your progression. Like you was always stuck until he or Roblox or the developers of Roblox had done something where people couldn't use cheat engine or other sources to get their work. So you just stuck. You couldn't do nothing. You was like. Let me check my pie. No, let me. Yeah, pie. We shall give this another 5 minutes. 10 minutes matter. Let's get out of here because I wasn't expecting. Pardon me. We get the pie like another 10 minutes and then get off. Take it off, but take it to the oven. Like, but another thing about games like this is that developer, there's nothing wrong with creating new projects for yourself, but at the same time, like, you know, at least stick with one and complete it. Don't just completely wait. Don't wait and then say, oh, I'm gonna create a new project and then don't finish the current project you're doing. That just defeats the whole purpose of creating a project and then stopping in the middle of it. Like this game could have went like to like beyond levels. Like I'm gonna give an example and I get this Al makes. Real quick, this sword I got right here, it's just, this is a long sword. Oh, okay, it's like, it's a lot lower than the sword I had, and it does less damage, I do believe, and it's slow. Like my old sword does like 3,500 on crit, 1,500 per swing, and this does like two hits, 2 hits per swing. That's not fun. It's very low. The Volpow blade, I'll do some research on this one. Put this back. And it's on office screen. I'm not clicking it. Quick reminder, by the way, just because you got dual swords, it doesn't mean you do more damage. Dual swords. I think dual wielding, if I'm not mistaken, dual wielding takes like it makes you more. It takes your defense away. So you may do a little more damage, but you still take your defense away. Like, let's see, can I dual sword this? Equip love? Yeah, I can. So now I'm dual sword. My current, yeah, see, it takes your damage away tremendously. Like you're not as tanky as you were. That's the thing about using dual swords is that it doesn't really help you. See, people buy your raw, and it isn't high demand. It's just I don't sell rares about like the ones I get, especially from the beginning of the game. Alright. I could be wrong about well, I guess the damage didn't really matter much because, yeah, I think I'm gonna go and dismantle. Wow, that's right, I'm not gonna do that, but when I get another one, I'm gonna dismantle the Bone Reaper and get something better. And my boss room is a glitch, so there's no point in following the boss right now. I was gonna like be able to like outlast. Knees hurt. And ain't fast. You know, she's just let's see. I'm so rusty. Oh no, I'm so rusty at it. No. Yeah, but you can be like some people who be really smart about buying a raw. It's just that what they do is they buy it for whatever money they offer, and then just hold on to them, and that's cool. Man, the more raws, the better. One veil. Still got here. I mean, did I even finally reach 100,000? Just can't really tell. Like personally, yeah, I can't see it. Like, yeah, I can't see how much money I got at the moment. It's like, usually possible. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I got need $200 more to get 100,000, and that's just from like earning. That's just from like playing on floors, on the floors from 1 to 10. He is oblivious, but I think it's like. Something that said like, not the bloom, that's not the bloom, but it's like the sickle is neat. The Oblivion is like good for like PKing people more than anything, and it's got range. got the same sword, but not the one I'm looking for. Now, sometimes what I like to do, what I used to do in Sword Burst Online, is I used to give some of the swords away at level 1. Like I would go from 4 or 5 because that's when most of the higher ranking players would be. And go to the 4 where people would most likely be starting from, go to the 1, give them swords and stuff. They might find more value from there. Some may keep them, some may sell them. It's up to them. Aurora is rare because this is a beta test Aurora, and not many people had it. Even beta testers, like each person got a different Aurora, and this one I just happened to get, and I just never sold it because no point. There's no point selling. But I'm gonna take a slight break. We're gonna still hunt down the owl mace and then go to the next section of the floor and get a get the next set of weapon tools. But right now I'm gonna stop. Well, I'm not necessarily gonna stop. I'm gonna just temporarily stop playing for a moment so I can get the power of the oven before it burns up. I don't want to burn up. It's a nice apple pie. I like apple pies. Apple pie. The only thing about apple pie for me is that it's easy to burn. Not easy to burn, but when you open it, you can't get the thing. I'll be back. Let this thing sit and rest. Yeah. I have returned, but yes, the pie is done. It took almost 2 hours to finish cooking. It's on my desk. I'm gonna let it rest. Man, let me look at the drop rate of Almac real quick. Cause it by the way it's drop way, I feel like it's dropping. It looks like it sounds like a rarer than a uncommon. Let's see. It is Almac. It is iron. It is uncommon. It does the same damage as the Merrimack. That's lame. We're going all the way. Yep. Now I don't know what the upgrade protection score is. If it's better than what I'm using now, I totally get it. Or farm for one. Because that's like the thing about using Roblox to get people to buy these is that like only one person's gonna buy it because let's say like they sell this a raw for like whatever I want from this category and that was my price and someone will trade me from whatever I want from this category. Yeah, so only one person's actually buying Robux, but they get your item, that's it. So you can do that kind of trade. And will it work out? I'm not quite sure. Never done it yet. Hey, I'm so tired. I'm just like a bad tired, just like tired, So the mini boss is broken. Yeah, it's broken too. So the boss room, the mini boss is broken. So that just gives like our immediate option to continue farming in this area. Not necessarily farming area, but like lead to different floors. Like basically what's gonna happen is because the boss is broken on this floor, people don't leave because it's broken. Because they can't farm, they can't get whatever. Man, I can't believe it's such an uncommon. We're gonna go, I guess we'll take a momentary break. We're gonna go to the first floor. Roll to the first floor. And then shall. Then we shall dismantle the other was merciless. We're gonna dismantle one because I don't have intentions of keeping one. And yeah, we're gonna keep that one because we're gonna keep everything. We're gonna keep one of everything. I'm level 88. This will be better upgrade. Hopefully it'll be better than with the cloak I'm wearing. If not, then I don't know. Let's see. This is it might not be. Who knows? But there's like so much before like end the video off for like a moment. There's so much she could have done. Well, developers could have done at this first level. Like this stand could have been preoccupied with something like people who got like certain furs and stuff. She could also add like the bear fur. There's just like so much you could do. I know it takes coding and stuff, but still, there's like so much you could do in just the beginning area. Like this could be filled with something special. You could learn a certain scripture. But I guess that's like the downside about putting certain video games on Roblox is that Roblox doesn't update their coding system, so it kind of allows hackers or whatnot to get into the game and do what they want. Like Steam just got like, you don't see many hackers on Steam. You may see a couple, but like on games that people actually put their time and energy into, you don't see many hackers. You might see probably that one dude that probably got something. And then I think you could have bought apples at one point. If I'm not mistaken, at the beginning of the game you could buy like an apple or something. But it's like all this like space is just gone to waste. Like I remember when I first started playing, this was nice to see. This was also nice to see. Like it kind of gave people like a sense of that. Oh, this is gonna be like a nice storyline of a game. Like when you go inside the shop, you got the crates outside, the detailed floor 1 items, last guy first win, and then up and so on. Like second floor, you got the better first one gear, up 1 gear, and then you get the place where you upgrade and dismantle. Even it's got the little plaques on top, which is also nice. Intermediate shop looking like a gypsy room. You got like the different swords and stuff. So you got the balcony, and then the advanced shop, which had I think the stuff you needed. The second floor could have happened like a lot more. Like you could have got like a ninja outfit that was purple or something, and then better swords than the sword from the first game. This was in the first game. This was something different from the first game, but was in there as well. I'm not sure about this one. Let me see. Yeah, like a lot of these was in the first game. Like this was in the first game. The vigilante armor was actually like the second best. Not second best, but like it's like it was like 1 tier below. Was it Necromancer armor? And Necromancer armor was actually Necromancer. The Necromancer armor was actually probably the best looking design out the whole game. I just like to wear it because it had like the best design. You could get the little necklace and put it around it, and that's the red and black kind of rock theme. Made it stand out compared to all the other armors. And now the same map from the first game. I think you can teleport to it. No, you can. The same map, exact same map, only without the NPC being here. I do believe it was right here when the game started going downhill in terms of that detail aspect. Like now, it's more people just here just chilling, selling stuff. This place has really no major significance. I remember there was like a bad trend where in the first we used to go like way off the side and sell the things trying to do a trade, because before this trade became a thing, people have to go here and try to sell stuff and trade stuff without getting sniped. The sniping is basically like being far away from a distance and then just click and get the item. That's what sniping was. But hopefully the game improved. Personally, I would like him to put it on somewhere like Steam, because Steam you could do more, much more. I feel like there's much more freedom to it. It might be a little bit more expensive than Roblox is doing. But at the same time, it just feels like Steam would handle better than Steam, because it wouldn't have been able to so many hackers, people duplicating stuff. That wouldn't be a thing. Like these two right here, they both got booleans. And I don't know what this person has, but yeah. But for now, I shall sign out. I'm tired from my adventure. I got this place tomorrow, and yeah, when I come back, might be next hour or two, I will continue to farm for the islands. and then we'll keep going from floor 10, floor 9, so on until there's no more floors left, and then from there we shall upgrade all the weapons, which means more farming. So the game has like a lot of like grinding, but if you have like something that you want to grind for, like I'm collecting all the swords of all the floors, upgrading to the max, which the blues and reds the hardest. You don't need really much for these. These is actually two uncommons. I'm gonna give these to players because if I break them down, you can't do nothing with these. So there's no point in me just breaking them down. Hopefully he might do something more to the game. I did like it. I guess like from floor 1 to 6, that's when the fun started to kind of go downhill because this was different. The Val Arena nobody even goes to. The Red Veil Grove was nice. Yeah, Avalanche was nice. Hidden Winds was kind of alright. Desolate Dunes was basically like another copy of the 5th floor, which is awesome. It was interesting because it's always on the 5th floor. And then, yeah, but floor 7, floor 8, floor 9, it's just, and floor 10 is kind of like, I like the theme of floor 10 because there's more grind to it, but floor 9, 8, and 7 is just kind of pointless. The floor 8 is hard. Floor 9 is harder, but floor 8 just straight up hard. Like the stuff that you had with floor 7 would not work with you in floor 8. You had to actually have a group of people to do what you had to do, and that kind of took the aspect of sword versus online away because a lot of people didn't have the advantage of teaming up with other players. Most of the time you will have to solo the stuff, and you can solo floor 7. You can solo floor 5, floor 4, floor 3, and floor 2, and floor 1. You can solo these, but floor 8 is so weird because the stuff hits 10 times harder. It feels like it takes 2 times harder to defeat. And like the stuff you get here will not do here. You gotta like team with people. And team with people is kind of hard because some people just straight up PK you for just trying to team up with them. And these PKers will have their friends, and their friends will continue to PK you. It kind of defeats the whole purpose. And B-Rock was also their problem because he tried to get people to team up. I think that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to get people to team with other players, and that's when the game kind of started going downhill because the game like had a steady 5,000 players every day for at least about 2 or 3 months. And then I guess after the floor 8 update, it kind of required these are both team heavy maps because one, the boss is hard. The bosses are hard, and the mini bosses are harder. Like he updated. Like I feel like Roblox main boss is actually the easiest one to beat out of all these two because you could, for some reason, this Roblox boss just feels a little easier. But floor 8 boss took more teamwork, and like I said, in 410 it's the same thing. Like I said, a lot of people don't have that option for that teamwork aspect. Some people are like loners, some people prefer to be loners, and then some people just don't even have the option, so they just have to be alone and then get through it. And that's when the game's starting to go down here. Like I'm gonna continue to like work 1 to 10, but just these 3 maps right here until and like I hope he changes from that team aspect of it into a more single aspect of it. That way people have to do this because Valrot now is so far like it's the main boss, and then the mazes it's not worth it for the type of energy. Like Phantom Forces was just like, alright, you do what you want basically. You can use whatever gun you want, despite how much it may be frowned upon. Like BFG is frowned upon as we speak, even though despite its nerf, you can still do that aspect without having to team up with people. And when I played Valrot at like level 85, like I got to like level 85 in Sand Dune when I was playing with another player, we just have to bump into each other. But when I got to Valrot, trying to get the Oblivion was impossible because people who had it would PK you. So the team aspect kind of went away, and it's impossible to do with the hackers. So until the hackers are removed and the boss is super OP, like the boss just stack its health, it shouldn't like do excessive amount of damage because the stuff you have is not going to be able to keep up with the excessive amount of damage. You should just exceed in health. That way, each player will have the opportunity to get the item instead of just having one person who does 20 times more damage than he or she's supposed to do. Like I seen like a hacker do 13,000 damage per swing, and that's with crits. He would do like 5,000 damage, and like I would just do 3,000 damage if I crit and 15 on a normal attack, and I still wouldn't have enough damage to even get anything, even if it's just experience, veil, or item. So until the game, like I said, until the game changes from that team play aspect, if it does, this thing should have like 10 bars, like whole bars, by the amount of people that's present around the area. Because like, I guess it's, I don't know, there's a lot of pros and cons with just doing that, because people might just attack and then run away and they'll be a troll. It depends, but again, people just PK the troll, so it's not that bad. But like I said, it just needs to change from that team player aspect, because it's not very fantastic when you have to team up with people. Most people is all by themselves. Cause some people just like, I remember when I played Roblox, people would try to PK me, and it wouldn't work, because what you do is hit a mob and it will show us PvE, player versus everyone, instead of player versus player versus player. So personally, player versus player need to be ruled out, in my opinion, because I remember it got ruled out finally in Star Wars: The Old Republic, because not everybody was a fan of being ganked. And ganked was basically multiple people coming onto you and killing you in a group instead of just single by single. So, but even then, by the time they changed that aspect, the game had already depleted itself. It's still a fun game to play, but at the same time, it's just completely destroyed itself. Oh, I forgot you had the crystal forge. Still, it just completely destroyed itself. There's no point. Yeah, you need 10 green crystals to turn to blue and 5 blue crystals to turn to red. It used to be red, not purple. But yeah, there's so much that needs to be changed, because if it doesn't change, the game will die. And it will be such a shame to see all of this hard work that's already been placed into the game fade away. Because that's exactly what happened to Swordburst Online. And I went back on Swordburst Online to try to complete the second video of all the bosses, and 4, 7, and 8. No, 4, 7 was not there no more. 4, 6, and no. Yeah, it was 4, 7, and 8. 4, 7, and 8 was not there no more. They were completely gone. So it's just kind of sad to see all the hard work and creativity go down the waste. And he's up there. Yeah, it's just, like I said, I'm gonna stop here because I can rant on about all the flaws the games have and what it has and what it doesn't have. But like I said, it just needs to change from that team play base, because it doesn't help people when floor 10 and 8 is probably like the hardest floors, even with a group of people. But adios, my friends and my viewers. Take care.